The fox talks to me. Darkness settled when the earth was still young.
Alright, we are here today checking out a little banger by the name of Nanotale, the spiritual successor to Epistory. Now, if you're familiar with Epistory, you should know what to expect with Nanotale, but for those that are not, this is a gorgeous-looking action-adventure game with combat and puzzles solved by typing words. So if you're a Neanderthal such as I am, it's one of those games that serve as an extra benefit than just playing the game itself. Now that being said, I would like to thank Fishing Cactus for supporting the channel by sponsoring this video. As you guys are aware by now, I treat my sponsored content like any other video. I just play a game, have a bit of fun, hopefully entertain you guys along the way. I'm not here to influence your decision one way or the other. However, if you do enjoy what you see here today, I will have a special link for you in the description where you can pick this up. It is currently available on Steam and Stadia.
Darkness settled when these trees were still young. Will they ever remember the light that came before? Is she the beacon we've been searching the horizon for? Will she bring back the light?
Okay, so we're just dropped right into it. Let's start off here with some notebook action and some archivist.
Today, Lavender gave me my very own field notebook. In these pages, I will record everything I discover. For I am now a true archivist.
Now, I will try my best to make sure that my keyboard doesn't deafen you guys. And you'll probably see how terrible of a typer I actually am, so just keep those things in mind. Thrive in forest.
I've always wondered about those tall trees in the distance. The ancestral forest. And today, because I am 18, I get to explore there. Rare plants and creatures must thrive under the cover of those branches. I wish we could go deeper into the woods. Alas.
Today is your birthday, Rosalind. As promised, we're going to explore the edge of this ancestral forest, like you've always wanted to.
Move with ESDF. So I already configured this for WASD. It was kind of a weird thing. Like when I took this out for a spin to get kind of comfortable with, I was just like, ESDF to move? What are you doing to me, game? Luckily you can't configure, so it's all good.
Look at those mushrooms, Rosalind. I haven't seen a specimen like that in ages. Go on, examine them. I know you want to. These mushrooms may look quite common, but there's something special about them. Can you see it?
Now, if you're wondering if I'm the type of, plebe who, has to look down at his, keyboard to type, you would be correct.
Quite right. Those are silver caps. Maybe you can find some more? If you study the samples intently, you'll learn all about the powers of nature. If you see the specifics of each, you will come to understand the whole, and you will behold magic in its true colors.
Now, don't get it twisted. I actually don't have to stare at it, but when I first started typing, I used to always look down. Like, even when I took, like, my first, like, computer class, to teach you about typing, like, where to put your hands and fingers, like, I was always looking down. So I eventually learned to wean off of looking down, but it's kind of like now second nature, where even though I know where the keys are at, I always look down just kind of like, it's just this weird habit now. That I know where the stuff's at, but I still look down just to make sure.
Why you always lying?
And here we have our first bit of combat as well.
Stay low, Rosalind. Always. Down in the grasses, they won't see you. These deadly creatures are not of flesh and blood. You can only defeat them with magic spells. I know true magic is strong in you, so I'll let you deal with them. But watch out, okay? I don't want you killed.
Well, that makes two of us, Lavender. I don't want to be killed either. So, luckily we share similar goals here. Aspirations. If you want words, I got words for you, Lavender. So she's gone now. We have concern. Group. Think. And bite. Now, luckily, because we were in the brush thing, he was moving very slow, had no idea exactly where he was going. Sometimes, though, you'll be in those situations where you have to be out in the open, and obviously, the enemies will charge you faster based on that, so using the creeper bush for attacks very useful, especially if, you're a bit more of the slower typer. Arrival, disrespect, and sicken. And I like how all the words kind of have, like, immoral. Have things that kind of go along with, like, villainous terms, right? Like disrespect, sicken, immoral. This immoral creature, even though we're the ones kind of attacking him. We have one over there hiding in the bushes himself, and he spotted me now. Come at me, dog. Alright, let's just show him. So he could also hide as well. I should have probably checked if we could hit him when he's hiding. Or maybe you could still hit him, but the word that you have to spell out if they're in the bushes hiding could be a lot longer. Could be a possibility as well. So we got this atrocious spirit here. Exasperation. Okay, now that's a bigger word for sure. Just stick to the 3-letter words, man. I'm good with those. Exasperation, it tells me. I make a little bit exasperated myself when I have to type that much. Hey, buddy. You're not gonna kill me, are you? You seem too adorable for that. No. This is Mint. He's a green jasper.
Rosalind, I'm so relieved you're back. You know I have faith in you. Still, I worry. Look at these most unusual veins in these leaves. I need to make some notes. You can go ahead. I'll join you in a minute. But don't go past the clearing. The woods are a dangerous place. I can sense its dissonant magic already. Stay safe.
Stop being such a negative Nancy, Lavender.
Good idea.
Come here, my friend. So you see how he's now chilling right there, right? That's what I wanted to do. So now we can do... Oh, don't get burned myself. Oh, Mint, get out of the fire, you ding-dong. And it grew back up. So that only happened because there was actually greenery there. Now that the greenery is gone, you can no longer do that unless you make it regrow. And of course, this is only like a long way about, and it seems kind of pointless for only one enemy, but it could definitely be extra useful once you have like a lot more enemies to deal with. So obviously disregarding the advice of Lavender, we're gonna go in and go forward now, past the clearing, because why not? Okay. I guess we have to speak to you first, right? It is Nita Fox. Spirit, there's blood, fox.
The creature I found was a fox, and it was dying. Blood streaming from the strangest bite marks I'd ever seen. What madness lurks in these woods? Lavender taught me about the spirit animals, and I remember the fox only reveals itself at times of great change. A creature this size must mean a terrible transition of some sorts.
Indeed. And this should be our very first quote-unquote boss fight here. So this is where you gotta put your skills to use here. Of course, it's only the first boss, so it shouldn't be that difficult, but you know what I'm saying, right? Ban him. We have two adept. We have a spy. This dirty rat. That guy up there is upset. Stab. I mean, hopefully you don't want them stabbing you. They are indeed a gang, though. Woe the gang. Woe the army. Falcon, you hit spacebar again for some reason, you ding-dong. Well, you know, that's what happens when you take your eyes off the prize, unfortunately.
2 hours later.
So, as you're probably getting the hint of this here, it is indeed one of those battles. Okay, let's just stop. It is indeed one of those battles where you're gonna go down. And we get our own spiritual fox mount, which is always good. A little bit different from the old typical cliche wolf mount, you know? But this is what I meant about the game in general. It's just so freaking beautiful.
The ancestral forest has called for you and your true magic. Go explore as a true archivist and unearth the secrets of this realm.
Now, you were the guy speaking at the very
The
start.
fox talks to me. He sensed my presence in the forest, so he came to see for himself. You are more powerful than you can possibly imagine, Rosalind. He spoke softly. I believe I am the only one that can hear him.
Okay, so it was the fox, was
Maybe
it?
it is our minds that speak to each other. I saved him, he tells me. I summoned the spirit fox within him. He couldn't find himself. And he is now bound to me until I release him.
Ah, so he's like a Pokemon. Don't burn yourself. Move back a little teeny tiny bit. We technically haven't been healed since we got wrecked by that boss fight there. Got the old frosted dragon. Oh, have we leveled up? Yes, we have. I think. Yes. So, again, it is an action-adventure game, RPG mechanics, so we will be leveling up, and this will help you out when you're doing your exploration and stuff like that. So we have knockback, for instance. I believe these are all drawn randomly, so you'll always have like 3 things to choose from with different effects. So here we have knockback, which enemies are knocked back when you attack them. Fairly good, especially. That could have been useful for that boss fight we were at right now. Lore on map, display the position of undiscovered lore on your map, and sprint, the fox sprints faster when you press shift. So yeah, I believe we can actually ride the fox whenever by running with shift, right? But you'll get on top of the fox in order to move faster. I like the idea, obviously, of knockback. So, as you could probably imagine, you pick the skills by typing it. Well, why would you not, you know? Oh, all of a sudden here you're gonna go ahead and use your mouse cursor to choose it? Get out of here. We obviously have to burn this. The problem is... Well, I think I got it. We have to make the greenery grow through there, right? And then we set furnace ablaze, and then furnace should go ahead and set the fire all the way down to here. What we would like to do, though, is actually move it out of the way so we don't get burnt to a crisp ourselves. So now furnace. And if all things go correctly, there it is. Look at that.
Wow!
Okay, I think that's basically all the new lore from the area that we've acquired. Let's go ahead and speak to you here. Hello. Are you lost? You must be far from home, because you're not from around here. That much I know. And I guess we have to probably... Yes, so... Let's go with... Yeah, I figured that much, game, thank you. Let's go with home. You don't look like a cave person, so you must come from beyond. I'm sure you have stories to tell them. Do they have true magic in your faraway land? You might want to talk to our queen and learn a thing or two. She is the White Queen, a most powerful witch. She is our keeper. Hey, what's that? Are you hurt? So we picked up a quest to, I guess, go meet this queen. And down there we do have a couple of bad boys. You know, if the word villain wasn't enough to give it away. Speaking of which, there's my... So I do have to hold it down the entire time. Okay. So I gotta get used to this. Like, you know, so many games switch it up on me. Some of them, you hold down shift the entire run. Sometimes, you just press it once and then you press it again to disactivate it. You know, it's... Every game needs a universal system is what I'm saying. Where are those little guys? They disappear when I get close, so in order to get that lore, it's gonna probably require a little bit more trickery on our part, huh? Okay, for now, let's go down to here. We have enemies who apparently have indeed spotted us. That's fine. You... you idiot. That's the right word for you. And now I believe it's taking us only 2 attacks to kill him. Whereas before it was 3, right? And as you can see, he's in the fog, so now I can't bring up a word to hit him. So that's what I talked about earlier when they're in the bushes. If it makes it harder to hit him. And obviously the answer is yes. Right, Nemesis? Right. Okay, so that big boy there, I'm not sure if we're capable of bringing this guy down. I mean, I'm gonna give it a crack. It says animosity. He's just out here hanging out in the open too, which, I don't know. Prejudiced? Insular? Okay, you know what? We don't got the entirety of the video for me to handle you in your malfeasant ways, okay? Now that's gonna be the fire, which I believe does reduce... Oh, well, it burned him, which is good. I was hoping it would reduce the fog right there, but not completely. Come at me, my friends. See what happens. As a matter of fact, let's deal with you guys through that, because it's foolish for you to come at me when there's a detonation thing right next to you, you know? Oh, it's bringing color to the area. Interesting. Okay, there it is. They're volatile. Are they now?
Gummy bunnies are volatile by nature
Gummy
and
bunnies.
elude at every sense of noise or movement. They plunge down at the slightest rustle of leaves or sway of my arm.
Well, they indeed do that, as we saw. Ooh, okay, so you guys light up little portals, and this should be our shortcut back to the starting area. Okay, so that's what those are. I mean, there's one down there where the 3 big rats are at. So that'll probably link up those areas, and then it'll link this up through here, which is another place that we were at the start. Okay. I'm a big sucker for, like, you know, shortcut
Know this,
mechanics.
Rosalind.
games.
The forest folk may not relate to your magic insight. Serenity is their shield against affliction.
I have a big thing about things interlinking with each other, you know? I don't know what it is. I think I realized I had a big thing for that when I started playing Dark Souls, you know? I was like, oh man, this is cool, everything just links up to each other. How you doing, Clay? You don't live in the village, who are you? We're not too fond of your kind around here. That's kind of like very prejudiced of you, Clay. Okay, so Clay has a little bit of prejudice in his heart. You hate to see it in such a beautiful and lovely world such as this, you know? Now where's this queen? There she is.
Day, we hold our hands in unison so you may hear us. We only say the words you would have us speak, so we may rise together under the protection of your unfolding branches. Help us listen to your voice. Help us find your song lines and hold them in our obedient hearts. We bend before you in honor of your strength far and wide and your boundless wisdom. Forevermore we give you thanks for the magic that blesses the very land on which we walk. Today, we uphold the spirit of gratitude as we welcome among us the traveler from the faraway land. Welcome, Rosalind. Yes, we were talking about you. I can sense true magic in you. I am the White Queen, and I possess the most powerful magic in the realm. You must have heard of the Battle of the Spells. I fought the Black Baron and his dissident magic, and killed him. Do not fear me, girl. If you are a true witch, you are most welcome here. Only be mindful not to get lost. Some of the darker places are quite dangerous.
Okay, so apparently we have stumbled onto the tree-hugging hippie tribe here, as we can see. And this witch is fairly full of herself, too. Oh, you must have heard about the Battle of the Black Irons, the most powerful witch. And we'll see about that witch. But perfect place for us to wrap up here for this one. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. This has been Nanotales. As I've mentioned, all the information for this will be down below. Plus, you know, you guys get to laugh at my very subpar and mediocre typing skills. Oh, look at it. He has to look at the keyboard to type. Yeah, I have to look at the keyboard to type. What about it? Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you next time.